The Chicago Huntsmen bowed out in the semifinals of Call of Duty League Atlanta after winning the tournament overseas in London. Here to break down the performance is Scump, member of the Chicago Huntsmen. Scump, thank you for doing this, first of all.
Yeah, no worries at all.
Well,
Glad to be on here.
when you look back at the weekend, what are some of your major takeaways?
Um, Honestly, nothing really. A lot of people are expecting me to be like torn up about losing and whatever, but honestly, we played some of our worst Call of Duty that I've seen us play, and we were one map shy of making a final. So, um, in terms of takeaways, I think the biggest one, I kept saying it after we lost, was we need to really work on carrying our momentum through a series. Because when we go up 2-0 in a series, especially against a team that we're favored to beat, I mean, we should be closing that series out. So I don't really know how we can improve on that, but we need to definitely find a way to, because it's crucial, like throughout a season.
Even in between London and Atlanta, how prepared would you say the team was going into Atlanta?
Um, I mean, I would say either the same amount or more. I individually had played a lot more leading up to Atlanta, in terms of like individual practice, and that didn't really show in my gameplay. So that's one of the reasons I was really disappointed. But we still prepared a lot. I mean, we're always going to prepare a lot. We played pretty much the exact same amount, maybe even more on certain days. So preparation wasn't really the issue. It's just sometimes you go to the event and things fall apart. I mean, we had a shaky start in our first match, and then I guess that kind of ruined our, like, I guess, mojo and vibe going into some of our other series. I don't know. It's really hard to say because I've been playing for so long. It's like sometimes things just don't mesh on a certain weekend, and it's hard to explain because you do the same things that you did leading up to the other events, but sometimes it just doesn't click.
Did you feel off after the Toronto? I mean, Toronto took you to the absolute brink. Did you feel off? Did the team feel off after Toronto?
Oh yeah, I mean we were like mind blown. We were like, how did we just almost lose that series? And some of us were like, we should have lost that series. So we're kind of looking at the event as a silver lining, in the fact that we got 2 wins out of it. We got 20 points. We could have had 30 points, but we could have went out 0-2 if we would have lost that first match. Who knows how our communication, how our vibes would have been. Who knows how we do if we lose that first match. So things could have went way worse, and we're just looking forward to the next one.
When you look back on even going into it, right? Everyone was talking about Chicago and Atlanta final. Did you find it difficult looking back on it now, hindsight being 2020, to focus on the early opponents and maybe you overlooked them looking at Atlanta?
Oh yeah, I mean we were saying that in our interviews throughout the weekend as well. It's like we were so mentally prepared to play Atlanta, and we kind of looked at all the other teams like not free wins, but wins that we could have went in and just like kind of breezed through, which obviously isn't a good mindset to have whenever you're in a league like this. Like every single team is talented. I know some of their records don't really show that, but every single team has players that are talented and can make you pay if you're not into the match 100%. So I mean that kind of showed against Florida, and we're not going to make that same mistake again. So we learned a few things about our team that are very important going forward in the season.
What would you say your biggest takeaways are, particularly from the match against Florida?
Um, Again, just carrying momentum. So we go up 2-0. We had a really close first map. Second map, we were pretty much in control. And then third map, St. Petro was one of our best maps, has been one of our best maps. I don't think we've lost it on land until that series. Um, and we kind of just like rolled over, it seemed like. Our tempo was off, our communication was off. And again, that doesn't make sense. Like we're up 2-0 in a series. If we're down 0-2, maybe that's okay, but we're up 2-0 and we're about to go into a final, and we kind of just felt like again someone was gonna step up and get us that one map win instead of all of us collectively, you know, doing what we needed to do and going as hard as we could. We were still going hard, don't get me wrong, but you can just tell when you're in a series and something's off, and it felt off after that second map.
Fair enough. What about the moments afterwards? We spoke with Arcides afterwards, and he said that maybe there were a couple tense moments afterwards between the team that were definitely smoothed over. But what can you tell us about the moments afterwards within the team?
Um, It honestly wasn't that bad. I expected our team to be a lot worse after a loss, just because we have very passionate players. But we kind of just talked it over, what went wrong, what we need to work on. Um, I was trying to be really positive with everyone. Um, we just talked about the mistakes that we made and how we can prevent those mistakes from being made again. But nobody was really, that upset over it. We were obviously mad, but nobody was like screaming at one another, which I think a lot of people would probably assume. We were all kind of shell shocked as well that, you know, we went up 2-0. We were like, how did we just get reverse sweeped? Like, we just had so much confidence going in, and for it to deflate like that, it's a lot better than, I don't know. We got 2 wins. Again, if we went 0-2, it would have been a lot worse. But we got 2 wins. We learned some things, and that's all we can do. We can only move forward, take away some of the things that we learned, and try to improve. So we're just happy we got 2 wins, and we're going to try to win the next one.
So Chicago has the next tournament off in Los Angeles. Your next tournament is in Dallas. Do you wish you were playing in the next tournament, or are you happy you have the next one off to get even more practice time in?
I'm kind of happy we have a little break. It's a nice mental reset. We get to kind of sit down and watch some of the other teams play and just not be stressed out. Obviously, we had 2 back-to-back, and I think we have 2 back-to-back again with Dallas and Chicago. So we just need to take this time, relax a little bit. I know we're taking a few days off. A few of our players are visiting family and stuff, and then we're going to get right back into it. So it's nice to have the break. Just again, it's like a mental reset. It's like after a week, we won't even remember Atlanta happened. So we'll just get back down to it and just keep working hard and trying to improve our game. But I'm definitely excited for the Dallas event. I'm excited to play again. So it's kind of bittersweet. It's like you want to play, but at the same time, you kind of want to break because you can watch the other teams play. Um, yeah, it's bittersweet, I would say.
I think that a lot of fans are looking forward to the Dallas event because of the storyline, right? I mean, what's happened between Chicago and Dallas, rent-free, Crim Six, the poster, everything going into it. But now Chicago is going to Dallas, right? Like, have you thought about what kind of reaction Chicago is going to get on Dallas's turf and how interesting that's going to be?
No, I'm not worried about it at all. I think we're gonna have a strong support, group out there. I don't really think the crowd affects us negatively, though. Obviously, it affects us positively if they're rooting for us, but I don't think that it's gonna be nerve wracking or anything at all. I think it's gonna be, again, a good support group for us out there. Um, and FaZe doesn't go to that tournament, so we're looking to win that one and hopefully get those 50 points. So we're excited for Dallas. It should be a fun event. And the good thing about it is we get to drive 30 minutes away, so it's kind of like a home event for us as well. So yeah, I'm definitely excited for it.
Last question for you. You were also involved in the NBA AllStar Weekend. What did you take away from that weekend? It seemed like a lot of fun.
Well, we actually only had a fan meetup on Thursday, but that was awesome. I mean, we had some amazing basketball players come out. We had, I think, 2,200 fans come out, which was just absolutely nuts. I mean, we were doing photos and signing stuff for 4 hours straight. So there's definitely a surreal moment. You never really expect that many people to show up whenever you're just playing video games and to support you for it. So it was an amazing event. Again, we love our fans. We got to go back to Chicago again, so that was cool. And I'm really looking forward for our Chicago event, which is it's gonna be nuts. So I'm very excited, and to see that many people come out and show love was very heartwarming and just a surreal experience, just all in all.
Scump joining us here on ESPN Esports. Thank you very much for your time.
Yep, thank you.